Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to look at the fact that it is warm in summer and the fact that that seems to surprise people every single year. So yes, it's warm. It's going to get warmer as at this point now. I'm recording this in the middle of May and it's going to get warmer and warmer in the next couple of months, hopefully. And then it will cool down again obviously into the autumn. But this cycle, this weather cycle seems to be a surprise to people every single year. The number of people I get contacting me, my clients saying, "Oh, I really couldn't hit the paces today. It was really warm." I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And I even talk them through this. So I often recommend basically trying to make some adaptations to your expectations and the types of sessions you do, rather than just kind of giving up and going, "Oh, well, I can't begin, can't get it, doesn't matter." Or the other thing people tend to do, which is to grind themselves into the ground, making themselves already ill, being sick, and then taking time off, feeling they've completely lost their mojo. So we want to look a little bit into kind of why this is so much tougher in summertime, and then briefly touch on some of the adaptations, which I'll then go into more depth on in the video. So the biggest problem is our body doesn't get rid of the heat in the way it would normally do. So we start to build up and build up and build up heat. Now the way the body looks to get rid of that heat is to dissipate it through a higher heart rate and to get the blood to the surface. While we go really red, we get this opening up of the veins and the arteries, and basically blood comes to the surface. We're trying to get rid of that heat. So this is where clothing can make a big adaptation. If you've got clothing that doesn't allow that heat to go, then that doesn't help obviously. But your heart rate either way is going to be probably a few beats per minute higher than it would normally be. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. That is totally normal. But what it does mean is that things like heart rate zone training becomes a little more difficult, and that you can't necessarily rely on your normal paces because your body's finding it harder. There are lots of psychological theories about why this happens and the way the body kind of basically finds that safe limiter for us. That, again, I'm not going to get into in this video, but I basically want to explain that your brain will hold you back. Your body could keep going, but your brain is trying to act a safe mechanism, which we don't want to override. We want to treat it so that it can cool it down. If your car radiator and basically saying it's overheating, you wouldn't just go, "Oh, well, I'll just keep driving, it's fine." You would take a break, you would pause, you would put some more water or coolant in the engine. So you would basically make sure that it's optimal temperature and conditions to be able to work really well continuously. So we need to do the same. So now that we know that the body is going to be heating up and our brain is holding us back, we want to listen to those things. That's really good. But now we need to look at the expectations. Now, the expectation should be that your pace is more slow. You'll probably need to adjust when you run. You need to maybe adjust the type of sessions that you run, and also maybe some of the targets you have over this period. Now, whether it be looking at a better periodization or kind of factoring in whether to that periodization, if you're somebody who struggles with the heat, then that's potentially something that you should look at. The other thing as well, though, is that we need to bear in mind that our racing conditions could be like this. They could be very hot, very warm. So if we just do nothing but avoid that, we're really not preparing ourselves very well. In the same way you see people go abroad and do acclimatization, summer training camps, things like that, we can do similar things over here. So yes, you might want to run early in the day, do different session types, wear different clothing, all that kind of jazz, which is still a pretty good idea, certainly in part. But if you do nothing but avoid the heat, when you then have to race at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, trying to run a 10K, half marathon, whatever it might be, you're going to really struggle. So yes, we need to kind of listen to our bodies and be safe and sensible, but we do need to kind of suck it up and get on with it to some degree. Don't worry that your pace is slightly slower. Take that pressure off of yourself. Give yourself some leeway. As long as your work rate is there, when you've then gone through the summer and you're into your autumn and winter, you'll have all of that fitness you've banked, all that ability your body's getting used to, and you'll be able to then really put that to show in your races and in your training performances. So the key thing is, yes, make adaptations, be safe and sensible above all, but we do need to get on with it to some degree. This isn't something that's going to change, although it's probably going to get slightly worse in theory. Then, we need to just get on with it. We can't keep kind of making excuses all the time for ourselves. We have to be realistic with it, but then also do what we can safely and sensibly just to get on with it as much as we can. See you soon.